Hi, welcome to another episode of TG School of Mathematics. Today we are going to discuss from this booklet issued by Department of Education. I hope many of you got these books, and those who didn't get this revision material, you can download that from the description box below, or you can join our WhatsApp group, then you can follow that one. Okay, and the topic that today we are going to study is sequence and series. So I hope you already studied this topic in your classroom, and we are going to revise what you did in the classroom. Okay, and this question is taken from November 2017. So it is in this revision notebook or question paper November 2017. Okay, grade 12. Look at the first question. Question number 2.1. Given the following quadratic number pattern 5 minus 4 minus 19 minus 40. So there is a quadratic number pattern given 5 minus 4 minus 19 and minus 40, etc. So it is given in the question that this one is a quadratic number pattern. What is the first question? 2.1.1. What is 2.1.1 saying? 2.1.1, question number 2.1.1. Determine the constant second difference of the sequence. You have to find the constant second difference. If it is a quadratic, if it is a quadratic sequence, of course there is a second difference. Okay, we have to find that second difference. So how can we find? Let me write the quadratic sequence once more. 5 minus 4 minus 19 minus 40, etc. So how can you find the first difference? Second term minus first term. So minus 4 minus first term is minus 5. So what is that one? Minus 9. Then next term minus 19. There you must be careful. Minus 19 minus minus 4. Minus, what is the second term? Minus 4. So you can see that this minus minus is plus. Okay, so it is minus 19 plus 4. What is minus 19 plus 4? Minus 15. Now how can you find the next term? This term minus this term. What is that? Minus 40 minus minus 19. Minus 40 minus minus 19. So that is minus 40 plus 19. What is the answer? 21. So it is minus 21. So the third term is minus 21. So this is the first difference. What is the question? Determine the constant second difference. So we have to find the second difference. Again you have to subtract on the same method. Minus 15 minus minus 9. What is that? Minus 15 minus minus 9. So this minus minus becomes positive. So minus 15 plus 9. What is that? Minus 6. What is next one? Minus 21 minus minus 15. Minus 21 minus minus 15. So this minus minus becomes plus. That means minus 21 plus 15. What is minus 21 plus 15? Check in your calculator. That is minus 6. So what is the second difference? Minus 6. That is the second difference. So that is question number 2.1.1. Now let's go to 2.1.2. What is question number 2.1.2? Question number 2.1.2 is determine the nth term Tn of the pattern. You have to find the nth term. How can you find the nth term? This is a quadratic pattern. That means what is a general term? Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. This is the nth term. Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. So here we have to find the values of a, b and c. A, b and c. How can we find that one? We call the second difference as, do you remember you studied in your class? We call the second difference as 2a. And what is what is the first difference? 3a plus b. That is the first difference. Then given quadratic pattern, what do you want to call? That is the a plus b plus c. So now look at this one. Second difference you have to call as 2a is equal to minus 6. First difference 3a plus b is equal to minus 9. Then the given sequence a plus b plus c is equal to 5. So let's start from the second difference. 2a is equal to minus 16. So what is 2a is equal to minus 6. So what is a? Minus 6 divided by 2. That is a is equal to minus 3. Okay. Now we know what is the value of a, minus 3. Now we are going to substitute that one here. So what is this equation? 3a plus b is equal to minus 9. That is the equation. So what is the value of a here? A is minus 3. So 3 into minus 3. Okay, let me write one more step. 3 into minus 3. What is this minus 3? I substituted the value of a as minus 3. Okay. Plus b is equal to minus 9. So what is 3 into minus 3? Minus 9 plus b is equal to minus 9. So I want to find the value of b. Okay, so I want to take this minus 9 to the other side. So b is equal to, there is a minus 9 here, and now I am going to take this minus 10 to that side. That means that is plus 9. If I take this minus 9 to the other side, it is plus 9. So minus 9 plus 9, you can cancel minus and plus, same quantity. So what is the final answer? Final answer is b is equal to minus 9 plus 9 is 0. So the value of b is 0. Now what we have to find? The value of c. Don't forget that what we are trying to find, we have to find the value of a, value of b and value of c. Now we already got a as minus 3, b as 0. Okay. Now we have to find c. Okay. So we have one more equation here. A plus b plus c is equal to 5. So let's write it here. A plus b plus c is equal to 5. What is the value of a? Minus 3. So minus 3 plus, what is the value of b? 0. Minus 3 plus 0 plus c is equal to 5. Okay. So minus 3 plus 0 is minus 3. That minus 3 if I take to the right side, that is plus 3. Okay. So let me write one more step. Minus 3 plus c is equal to 5. Now I am going to take this minus 3 to the other side. So it is 5 plus 3. So c is equal to 8. So now we got the values for a, b and c. So substitute here. Tn is equal to, now what is Tn? Tn is equal to an square. What is our a? Minus 3. N square. Then what is b? 0n. Then what is c? C is equal to 8 plus 8. 0 times any number is 0 itself. So there is no need to write 0n. Am I right? Okay. So what is our final answer? Tn is equal to minus 3n square plus 8. We avoid this 0 and 0 times any number is 0. So there is no need to write this one. Okay. So the nth term of the secant. Now look at the question once more. What is the question? Determine the nth term or Tn of the pattern. So what is the nth term? Tn is equal to minus 3n squared plus 8. That is the nth term. Okay. Okay, now let's go to question number 2.1.3. Which term of the pattern will be equal to minus 25,939? So don't forget that previous question we got the Tn. What was our Tn? Minus 3n square plus 8. Okay. Now in this question, which term of the pattern will be equal to? What you have to find there? Which term of the pattern? That means this is the first term, T1. This is the second term. This is the third term. This one is the fourth term. So when it is continuing like this, there is a term. Look at the question. There is a term somewhere here, 25,939. There is a term somewhere at the end, minus 25,939, and you have to find which term is that one. You have to find which term is that one. Okay. So what is that 25,939? Is it not the last term? Okay. So there is a last term. Normally last term or nth term, how can we represent? That is our Tn. Am I right? Last term or nth term, how can we represent? Tn. That means this one is our Tn, nth term or last term. Okay. So look at this one. What we want to find in this question? Look at the question once more. Which term of the pattern? That means you have to say that is it the 100th term or a 250th term or a 500th term. Okay, that means you have to find the value of n, and what is given? The last term or the value of Tn is given as minus 25,939. Okay, so read the question once more. Which term of the pattern will be? That means you have to find the value of n. Okay, will be equal to minus 25,000. That one is the value of Tn or nth term or the last term. Okay, so what we can do here, instead of that Tn or the nth term, we know it is given in the question, it is minus 25,939. This Tn. Don't write in some students they are writing like this, T of minus 25,939. That is wrong, because here if you write like this, what is the meaning of that? The value of n is this one, but it's not like that. Question is to find which term. That means you have to find the value of n. Okay, and what is this one? The value of Tn. The whole Tn is this minus 25,939. Okay, now minus 25,939 is equal to minus 3n square plus 8. Okay, so from here we have to find the value of n. So what I am going to do is, here minus 3n square, I am going to take that minus 3n square to the left side. So what is that? On this side it is positive 3n square is equal to, there is a 8 already on the right side. Now this minus 25,000, that one I am going to take to the right side. So here it is minus, so on the right side it is plus 25,939. So 3n square is equal to, what is the answer for this one? 47. So 25,947. So from here, what is n square? You divide both sides with 3. Okay, so divide both sides with 3. So these 3 and 3 cancel, that is n squared. So when you divide that 25,947 with 3, what is the answer in your calculator? Check in your calculator. That is 86,049. So take the n square is equal to 8,600, not 86,000, sorry, 8,649. So that is n square. So how can you find n? Therefore n is equal to square root of 8,649. So check in your calculator what is square root of 8,649. You will get a plus or minus 93. But is it possible to say there are minus 93 terms? There is no meaning for that, am I right? So what is the answer? It implies that the value of n is equal to 93. So what is the meaning of that? This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, etc, etc, etc. 93rd term is this minus, that means T93 is minus 25,939. So what we did here, the given one is the value of Tn. So we already know the general equation or nth term or Tn. So what is Tn? Minus 25. Then substitute that one here, then solve and try to find the value of n. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Next question, question number 2.2. The first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence. So it is given that the sequence is an arithmetic sequence, are 2k minus 7. So first term is 2k minus 7. Next term k plus 8. And the third term is 2k minus 1. So it is given that these 3 terms are the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence. What is an arithmetic sequence means? For example, 3, then 7, then 11, 15. This is an arithmetic sequence. This is an example for why it is an arithmetic sequence. Because if you subtract second term minus first term, third term minus second term, fourth term minus third term, can you see you are getting a common difference? Okay, 7 minus 3, 4, 11 minus 7, 4, 15 minus 11, 4. That means in an arithmetic sequence, there is a constant first difference. Here in this example, the constant first difference is 4. Or you can say that the first difference is the same. Okay, in an arithmetic sequence, first difference are the same. Okay, now look at our question. In our question, it is given that these 2k minus 7, k plus 8 and 2k minus 1 are arithmetic sequence. It is given in the question that one is an arithmetic sequence. Okay, now what is the first question? Calculate the value of 15th term of the sequence. You have to find the value of 15th term of the sequence. So how can you find that one? In this sequence, this is the first term, this is the second term, third term, etc, etc. You have to find the 15th term. How can you find that one? So to find the 15th term, first we have to find what is the value of this k. Okay, then we have to find the nth term. Then in that nth term, then first we have to find the value of k. Then we have to find what is the nth term. Then in that nth term, we have to substitute the value of n as 15. Then you will get the 15th term. That is what we are going to do. Okay, so first step is to find the value of k. How can we find the value of k? So I told you, if it is an arithmetic sequence, the first difference is the same. Okay, so what is the first difference here? K plus 8 minus 2k minus 7, 2k minus 1 minus k plus 8. Okay, so when you write this one in your exam, please don't write all the steps here like this, then it will be a messy here. Okay, so you just write the final answers here. You can just work out somewhere here, but you must show that workouts on the right side. Okay, it's very important. Otherwise those who are marking, maybe they will think you got the answer, you copied from somewhere. Okay, so you just show how do you get this answer, what you are supposed to do. Second term, what is the second term? K plus 8 minus first term. So don't forget to put open a bracket, 2k minus 7. Okay, so k plus 8 minus in bracket 2k minus 7. So what is that one? K plus 8 minus into 2k is minus 2k, minus into minus 7 is plus 7. So this one is equal to k minus 2k is minus k. 8 plus 7 is 15. So the answer for that one is minus k plus 15. That means this one minus this one is minus k plus 15. Okay, now we have to find this one. How can we find that one? This 2k minus 1 third term minus second term. So subtract 2k minus 1 minus what is the second term? K plus 8. You can see that I put that second term in the bracket, then we have to expand this bracket. So that is 2k minus 1 minus k. I'm going to expand. Minus into k is minus k, minus into plus 8 is minus 8. So that is 2k minus k. What is 2k minus k? That is k. Then minus 1 minus 8 is minus 9. So this one is k minus 1 minus 8 is minus 9. So here this one is k minus 9. So don't forget that this is an arithmetic sequence, and what you studied in an arithmetic sequence, the first difference are same. So here what are the first difference? Minus k plus 15 and k minus 9. We can say that these two are the same because it is given in the question that this one is an arithmetic sequence. So first difference are the same means what? It implies that minus k plus 15 is equal to k minus 9. Are you fine? Okay. Now let me take this minus k to the other side and this minus 9 to this side. Minus k on the other side. There is already a k there, and this minus k on the other side, it is plus k. 15 is already on the left side. Now I am going to take this minus 9 to this side. So it is plus 9. So 15 plus 9 is 24 is equal to k plus k is 2k. So 2k is equal to 24. So what is k? Divide both the sides with 2. So 24 divided by 2 is 12 is equal to this 2 and 2 cancel. So what is the value of k now? K is equal to, it implies that the value of k is equal to 12. Are you fine? Now what we are going to do? Now we know what is the value of k. K is 12. So we are going to find the secant. What is the actual sequence? Okay. So how can we find? This is the sequence given, and they are saying that this is an arithmetic secant. Okay. So now we are going to find what are the numbers here. We know what is the value of k. K is 12. So what is the first term? I'm not going to write much on that one. 2 into what is k? 12. So 2 into 12, 24. 24 minus 7. What is that one? 24 minus 7 is, take your calculator, you can type that one in your calculator, you will get the answer. Okay, so 2 times 12, 24, 24 minus 7, 17. Okay, then comma k plus 8. What is k? 12. So it is 12 plus 8, that is 20, comma 2 times 12, 24. 24 minus 1, 24. 3. Can you see this one? 17, 20, 23. What is the common difference here? 3 now. Am I right? 17 plus 3, 20. 20 plus 3, 23. So you know what is the next term? 26, 29, like that. Plus 3, like that. Okay. So this is not our question. We didn't finish our question. What is our question? Calculate the value of 15th term. So that is the question. So how can we find the 15th term now? So using this given sequence, we have to find the nth term, Tn. So you know that is a arithmetic sequence. In an arithmetic sequence, how can you find the nth term, Tn? There is a formula you studied. What is the formula to find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence? Tn is equal to nth term of an arithmetic sequence. Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. What is this? A stands for first term. So what is the first term here? 17. So I'm going to substitute here 17 plus, we are going to find the nth term. So you can leave n as it is, n minus 1 into common difference. What is the common difference here? 20 minus 17, 3. 23 minus 20, 3. That means common difference is 3. So times 3. So Tn is equal to 17, 3 times n is plus 3n, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. So what is Tn now? 17 minus 3 is 14. That means 3n plus 40. 17 minus 3 is 14. So 3n, 17 minus 3, 14. So this is the nth term. So now we got the nth term. What is our nth term? Tn is equal to 3n plus 14. Okay. What we want to find? What is the question? Look at the question once more. We have to find the 15th term. So how can we find the 15th term? You substitute the value of n as 15. So what is that one? 3 into 15 plus 14. So 3 into 15 is 45 plus 14. What is 45 plus 14? 59. So it means that the 15th term is 59. How many marks for that question? Look at the question paper. It's 5 marks. That's why you have to do all these steps. Okay. So the 15th term of that sequence 2k minus 7k plus 8, 2k minus 1, etc. is 59. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the next question, 2.2.2. Okay. Question number 2.2.2. 2.2.2. What is that question? Calculate the sum of the first 30 even terms of the sequence. So it's a continuation of the previous question. What is the sequence given there? 2k minus 7, then k plus 8, then 2k minus 1, etc. So and we got the value of k as 12. Okay, so when you substitute the value of k as 12 here, 2 times 12 minus 7, so it is 24 minus 7, that is 17. 12 plus 8, that is 20, because we got the value of k as 12 in the previous question. Okay, so I am substituting 2 times 12, 24. 24 minus 1 is 23. Can you say what is the next term? 17, 20, 23. You can see that the common difference is 3. Okay, so next term is 26, next one 29, then 32, etc. So that is the sequence. Now look at this question, 2.2.2. Calculate the sum of the first 30 even terms of the sequence. You have to find the sum of the first 30 even terms. So So here what are the even terms? It's a 20. First even term in that sequence is 20. Then after that 23 is not an even term. So next even term is 26. 29 is not an even term. Next one is 32, etc. And you have to find the sum of the first 30 even terms. Now look at the new sequence 20, 26, 32, etc. Is it a quadratic, linear, or a geometric sequence? 20, 26, 32. You can see that there is a common difference of 6. Am I right? So this is a arithmetic sequence. Okay. So in an arithmetic sequence, what is the formula to find the nth sum of the first n terms? Formula is n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula to find the sum of the first n terms in a arithmetic sequence. So now here our question is to find the sum of the first 30 terms. So what is the value of n? 30. Okay. So s 30 is equal to how many terms we have to find? Sum of the first 30 terms. So it is 30 divided by 2 into 2 times a. What is a stands for? First term. So here what is the first term? 20. So it is 2 times 20 plus 30 minus 1. Value of n is 30. So it is 30 minus 1 into d. What is the common difference here? You are not supposed to check this sequence. Now the new sequence is this one 20, 26, 32. So there the common difference is 6. 26 minus 20, that is 6. 32 minus 26, that is 6. That means the common difference is 6. Now take your calculator and try to find the answer. S30 is equal to, so you can use your calculator, and the answer is 3210. So if you use your calculator to find the answer of this one, you will get 3210, and that is question number 2.2. Okay. Okay, what is question number 3? A convergent geometric series consists of only positive terms, has first term a and constant ratio r, and nth term tn, such that sigma n is equal to 3 to infinity, sigma n is equal to 3 to infinity, tn is equal to 1 over 4. It is given like this. So what is given in the question? A convergent geometric series. Okay, so it is given that this one is a convergent geometric series, and first term is a. Of course, first term we represent with the small letter a, and the common ratio is a small letter r, and then the term is tn. Okay, and there is one more thing given: sigma n is equal to 3 to infinity, tn is equal to 1 over 4. What is the question? First 3.1. Question number 3.1. If t1 plus t2 is equal to 2, write down an expression for a in terms of r. So it is given that t1 plus t2, that means the sum of the first two terms is 2. You have to write down an expression for a. You have to write an expression for a in terms of r. In terms of r, you have to write an expression for a. If it is like this, you have to write an expression for a in terms of r. I don't know how the r is going to come. Okay, we have to find that one. Okay, anyway, you have to write an expression for a in terms of r. So before we go to this question, let me explain something more. Look at an example: 3, 6, 12, 24, etc. What type of sequence is this? 3, 6, 12, 24, etc. You know that this is a geometric sequence. Am I right? Why it is geometric? 3 times 2, 6. 6 times 2, 12. 12 times 2, 24. So what is the next term? 24 times 2, that is 48. So this one is a geometric sequence. Okay. So here in this geometric sequence, I am going to write like this also. First term is my 3. This first term is 3. Second term, what is the second term? 6. I am going to write like this. 3 times 2. This dot is not 3.2, it's 3 times 2. What is 3 times 2? 6. That is our second term. Okay. Listen, then I will explain once more. What is the third term? I am going to write like this. 3 times 2 square. What is 2 square? 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Is it not our third term? Okay. Then next one, fourth term, I am going to write like this. 3 times 2 cube. What is 2 cube? 8. 8 times 4, 8 times 3, 24. Okay. So what is the meaning of this one, guys? What is the meaning of this one? Here this 3 stands for the first term. What is the first term? What is A? First term is 3. So this 3 stands for the first term. And what is this 2 stands for? I told you what is the common ratio here? 2. 12, 6 divided by 3, or 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay. So common ratio is 2. Am I right? Okay. So this 2 stands for the common ratio R. R is equal to 2. So look at this one. First term is first term itself. Okay. Then second term, how can you write? First term into common ratio. Third term, how can you write? First term into common ratio square. Third term is, this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term. How can you find the third term? First term into common ratio square. How can you find the fourth term? First term into common ratio cube. Do you understand? When you want to find the fourth term, common ratio raised to 3, 1 less. When you want to find the fifth term, first term into common ratio, fifth term means common ratio raised to 4, 1 less. Okay, like that. So here if I generalize this one, how can we write this one? This is the first term, A. Then here what I wrote, this 3 stands for the first term into this 2 stands for the common ratio, A times R. Then third term, how can you write generally? This 3 stands for the first term. Then this 2 stands for common ratio, then square. Okay. Then here 3 stands for the first term. 2 stands for the common ratio. So 2 cube means common ratio cube. That is R cube. So look at how the sequence is coming in a geometric sequence. First term is A. Second term is AR. Third term is AR square. Fourth term is AR cube. Okay. So it means that, now leave this one. You try to understand like this. In a geometric sequence, we can write generally like this. A, AR, second term is AR. So this is the first term, second term, AR square, AR cube, etc. And the last term, nth term is A into R raised to n minus 1. So listen once more. What is this one? First term. What is this one? Second term. What is this one? Third term. What is this one? Fourth term. So it's very easy to understand. First term itself A, of course it is A. Second term A into R raised to 1. When it is 2, here R raised to 1. Third term A into R raised to 2. When you want to find the third term, this is R square, 1 less. When you want to find the fourth term a r raised to 3, that means 1 less than this one, that means r raised to 3. Then when you want to find the nth term, first term into r raised to 1 less than this one, here it is n, so here it is n minus 1. Okay, so anyway, in a geometric sequence we can write like this: first term is a, second term is ar, third term is ar square, and etc. Okay, now come back to our question. Come back to our question. In our question, it is given that this one is a geometric sequence. Am I right? Okay. So in our question, it is given it is a geometric sequence. And what is the question there? If t1 plus t2, that means if you add first term and second term, the answer is 2. And you have to write an expression for a in terms of r. So now it is very easy. You know what is a general expression in a geometric sequence: ar squared, ar cube, etc., ar raised to n minus 1. So first term plus second term. What is our first term? How can we represent ar? This is only in the case of geometry sequence. Okay, arithmetic sequence is something different that I will explain when we are doing that type of question. Okay, so first term, how can we represent first term? A plus second term, how can we represent second term? ar, that is equal to 2. That means t1 plus t2 is equal to 2 means that a plus ar is equal to 2. Okay, so from here if I take a as common factor, what is remaining? It is 1 plus r is equal to 2. So what is a from here? You know, this a times 1 plus r. When it is times, if I want to take this 1 plus r to the other side, it is division. Okay, so here a 2 divided by 1 plus r. Now read the question once more. First question: if t1 plus t2 is equal to 2, write down an expression for a in terms of r. Did you get an expression for a in terms of r? Yes, this is the expression. A is equal to 2 divided by 1 plus r. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Question number 3.2. Question number 3.2. What is question number 3.2? So don't forget that we already got an expression for a in terms of r. What was that expression? 2 divided by 1 plus r. That was the expression for a in terms of r. Okay, previous question. Now let's go to the next question. Calculate the values of a and r. Now in this question you have to find what are the exact values of a and r. So the numbers, what is the value of a? A is which number? What is the value of r? Which number is r? Okay, that's the question. So now look at this one. In the question it is given like this. We didn't touch on that one yet. Am I right? Okay, so what is the meaning of this one? Sigma n is equal to 3 to infinity. 3 to infinity. Okay, what is sigma stands for? Sum. Sum to infinity Tn is equal to 1 over 4. Okay, so normally we are writing a sigma. How can we write sigma? Sigma, if it is like this, sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity Tn. If it is like that, how we are supposed to write? We are supposed to write T1 plus T2. What is the first n? N is equal to 1. That means substitute n is equal to 1. That means that is T1 plus then n is equal to 2 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus etc. and the last term is T up to which term? Up to infinity. Okay, so sigma, if it is sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity Tn is equal, if it is like that, okay, then this is the expression, okay. But here look at what is given. Sigma n is equal to 3 to infinity, we know that it is 1 over 4. 3 to infinity, that what is the meaning of that one? 3 to infinity means from here, am I right? What is the answer for this one? 1 over 4. T3 plus T4 plus 3 to infinity means T3 plus T4 plus etc. plus infinity. The answer is given in the question, it is 1 over 4. Do you know what is T1 plus T2? Yes, we know that in the first question it is given that T1 plus T2 is equal to 2. Am I right? Look at that question. T1 3.1. If T1 plus T2 is equal to 2. So we know what is T1 plus T2. That is 2. Okay. So how, now look at the board, how I am going to write this one. This is equal to, let me erase this one. So we know that T3 plus T4 plus etc. T infinity is 1 over 4. So let me write like this. T1 plus T2 plus this one T3 plus T4, how can we write? Sigma n is equal to 3 to infinity Tn. That is from here, this one. Okay, and this T1 plus T2, we know what is T1 plus T2. What is in the previous question, question number 3.1, it is given that T1 plus T2 is 2. Okay, and what is this one? That is this one. From 3 to infinity, Tn is 1 over 4. So instead of this one, we can write 1 over 4. So sum to infinity. This is sum to infinity. So this one stands for sum to infinity. Okay. Okay. So sum to infinity is 2 plus 1 over 4 now. So take your calculator and try to find what is answer for this one. 8 plus 1, 9 divided by 4. Okay. So sum to infinity, now we know that it is 9 divided by 4. It is, look at once more, it is given in the previous question that T1 plus T2 is 2. Okay, and we already know what is the sum from 3 to infinity, that is given in the question, it is 1 over 4. So that is this 1 over 4. Okay, so sum to infinity is 9 over 4. Now what is the formula to find the sum to infinity? You studied a formula to find sum to infinity in your class. What was that formula? A divided by 1 minus r. So this sum to infinity I am going to write like this. Okay, A divided by 1 minus r is equal to 9 divided by 4. A divided by 1 minus r is equal to 9 divided by 4. But here also, look at there on that corner, we have an expression for A in terms of R. What is that one? 2 divided by 1 plus R. Look at this one, we have an A here. Instead of this A, what we can substitute? That 2 divided by 1 plus R. Okay, so look at what I am going to do. Instead of this A, I am going to substitute 2 divided by 1 plus R divided by this 1 minus R. Do you understand? Instead of this A, from the previous question we already got A as 2 divided by 1 plus R. So is equal to 9 over 4. Okay. So now this one, how can you solve this one? Let me quickly explain something here. A divided by B divided by C. A by B divided by C. How can we write that one easily? Without thinking anything, you can just write A divided by B times C. Okay. So A by B divided by C, if it is like that, you just multiply these two, B times C. Okay, so A by B by C is the same as A by B times C. How do you get that one, guys? A by B, actually this division stands for division. Okay, so if you want to know more about that one, let me write it like this: A by B. This is not a continuation of this one. I'm explaining how can you solve this one. Okay, so A by B, instead of this division I'm going to write divided by C. Okay, how can we write that one? A by B. Then when you are in small class, primary level, you studied division. C means it's a C divided by 1, division of a fraction. So how can you write? Multiply by 1 over C. So what is A times 1? That is A, divided by B times C is BC. Okay, so this is the theory behind this one, but you just try to understand now. You don't want to do all these steps, then you can't finish your exam. Okay, so if it is in this form, A by B by C, you just write A by B times C, it's correct. Okay, so this is the theory behind that one. Okay, so is it not like that one? A by B by C, that means you are supposed to multiply this 1 plus R and 1 minus R. Okay, so let me write that one now. So what is that? 2 divided by, now I'm going to multiply these two. 1 plus R into 1 minus R is equal to 9 divided by 4. Actually, what is this 1 plus R times 1 minus R? A plus B times A minus B. Difference of two squares. Am I right? Okay. So this 1 plus R into 1 minus R, difference of two squares, that is A square. 1 square 1 minus B squared R. So here B is R. So R square. So 1 plus R into 1 minus R is 1 minus R square. Difference of two squares. Think on the other way, opposite way. 1 minus R squared is 1 squared minus R squared. That is 1 minus R into 1 plus R, or 1 plus R into 1 minus R. Okay, so this one is equal to 9 over 4. So now you know what you are supposed to do. You have to cross multiply. This 4 will multiply with this 2 and this one will multiply with this one. Okay, so what is 4 times 2? That is 8. Okay, so 8 is equal to 9 times 1 minus R square. So I'm going to open a bracket, 1 minus R square. So 9 times 1 minus R square. Okay, so expand the bracket. So 8 is equal to 9 times 1 is 9 minus 9 times R squared is 9 R squared. Take this 9 minus 9 R squared to this side. So it is 9 R squared is equal to, this 9 is already there, then this 8 other side it is minus 8. So 9 R square is equal to 9 minus 8 is 1. So what is R squared from there? 1 divided by 9. So what is R now? R is equal to root of 1 divided by 9. So what is root of 1 divided by 9? That is plus or minus 1 over 3. Okay, so those who didn't write this one, please pause the video and first you finish up to there. Okay, then I'm going to erase this part now. So R is equal to root of 1 by 9. That means R is equal to root of 1 is 1, root of 9 is 3. So the value of R is equal to 3. But we have an expression for A in terms of R. What was that expression? A is equal to, in the previous question we got an expression 2 divided by 1 plus R. So A is equal to, now we know what is R. This is our R. Okay, so I'm going to substitute here 2 divided by 1 plus 1 over 3. So take your calculator and try to find the answer. Okay, you can use your calculator to find the answer. Okay, so the answer is A is equal to 3 over 2. Okay, so the value of a is, now we know, therefore value of a is 3 over 2 and the value of r is 1 over 3. That is the question. Okay.